What's good, everybody? It's DJ Son, and so I'm laying in bed. I'm watching my Twitter, or I'm just scrolling Twitter, and I see Get Flanked on Twitter, and he starts talking about the state of siege, basically. And I figured this is like I usually do guides and stuff like that on my YouTube, but I figured this would be a good video to throw up on the channel, like, cause I think someone has to like give their thoughts about like what he says specifically. Basically, the first thing that Flanked says, the awful state of siege is grossly exaggerated on Twitter. There are issues, of course, but the game is better now than it was a year ago, and that has always been the case. It's okay if you're tired of the game and want to play other stuff. It doesn't mean that siege is garbage. Now, he also says, I'm in no ways trying to say the game is perfect or that people shouldn't criticize the problems that exist in the game. I'm also saying that what we see on Twitter is a reflection of what the average player feels about the game. What we see on Twitter isn't an average reflection of what the player thinks or the average player thinks, because the average player isn't the one that's encountering the quote unquote cheater problem. The average player, if you look on Siege on the graph, it says like the average player is in silver or somewhere. I don't know exactly. I'm gonna put the chart up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But the average player or most of the players on Siege are in like silver and like the gold rank. You're not gonna be encountering that many cheaters like down in that elo. I don't think. Like, I'm not trying to get on like silver and gold players as to like, oh, you're bad and no one's really gonna cheat in that rank because they're good enough to get out of there. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not downing like the lower rate people in no way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is, when you get to the higher ranks, plat 2, plat 1, diamond, champion, that's where people start cheating. I know when me and my friends be playing, we encounter like some cheaters. We don't encounter a lot because we're in plat 3. Like, my highest ranked account, I believe, is somewhere in plat 2 right now. So we don't encounter that many cheaters, but they are present. And since Valorant's released, since everybody is on Valorant right now, apparently the cheater problem is a lot worse than it was before like the beta for Valorant dropped. What does that have to do with anything I'm saying? Well, basically, a lot of people that are tired of Siege and a lot of people that are like in the higher ranks, they're tired of encountering cheaters. They've moved on to play the Valorant beta, and they see this as their new game. We're gonna use some professional players' opinions right now, so I'm gonna furthermore dive into what I'm saying about how the average player versus like the person that's in higher rank or the professional player. Now, granted, the professional player they don't encounter cheaters when they're playing on LAN, like in tournaments and stuff like that, because they're playing with the teams. But these professional players, when they hop on ranked and stuff, like of course they're good at the game, so they're in like champion rank, and that's where the cheaters apparently are running rampant. So now we have EU Forest here, and he said the Ubisoft devs don't care about the game. I can't even fathom the fact that BattleLine is somehow unable to detect blatant cheating. Can't even play the game outside of scrims because of people holding lobbies or hacking. And the rest of this, you get the point. So, so basically, there's people, right? And I've been in this situation before. There's people that hold lobbies when you get into the game. So there are people that are able to just hold the game so it doesn't start. And there's a lot of them doing that. So that's also a problem. Not even just DDoS, but not even just having walls, aim lock. There's people that hold lobbies. So that's another problem that Ubisoft has to deal with. But he goes on to say, blatant cheaters are able to climb the leaderboards and get champion and go against high viewer streamers. Reported by anyone with a brain for days, even weeks without a ban. What a joke. At least there are Chachanka grenades coming out at some point. I'm going to touch on that in a second. Cheaters have been an issue since the beginning of the game and still are an issue. Even MMR rollback is inconsistent and terrible. I'm so glad I got 1 point back but lost 50 from God knows who I beat or who I played with. I hope one day they actually fix cheaters, for God's sakes, please. He also says zero transparency has been made and nothing addressed to this glaring problem. This is the worst it's ever been. I don't want to start about pingers abusing 200 ping and slamming me behind the wall, but holy smokes, Oryx can climb hatches. Yo, this guy is funny. This guy is funny, but So what he's saying about the whole Tachanka thing and the Oryx thing, like holy smoke, he can climb hatches. He's basically saying that Ubisoft is directing more of their attention towards the content they're putting out, as far as operators and the abilities that they have, rather than the problems that are going on in the game itself. And that's a lot of people's problems. Like, no matter how it's voiced on Twitter, no matter, how the Flink says we shouldn't pay attention to Twitter as a reflection of the game, I think we should. Because no matter how people say it on Twitter, we all want the same thing out of Siege. We want it to be great. But Siege can't be great if these problems aren't addressed. I know he did a video and they addressed the cheating issue. I'm not sure what they said. But they've been addressing the cheater issue for a while now. What we don't need people to talk. We need people to do something about it. And that's why people are upset. No matter what season comes out, right? You have a season, the end of the season, the new season is revealed. You have a 3-week test server to test all the bugs and stuff like that before you push it to live. And then it gets pushed out after the 3 weeks. That's fine. Or it would be fine if you actually use the test server as a reflection of what you should do before the patch gets pushed to the live server. That barricade bug, I think that was in the test server. If I could be wrong, I'm not sure. But a lot of these bugs that come into the live version of the game are already present in the test server. So I don't know. I don't understand the point of having a test server if you're not going to actually pay attention to what's going on outside of the operators. Sure, they tweak operators like, oh, Ella needs her recoil nerf. Maybe this is too strong. Maybe that's too weak. But look at the client itself. Are there bugs that will get in the way when this is pushed to live? And if there are bugs, okay, fine. Delay the test server. It'll make people upset when it happens, but as long as the patch is properly polished before it's pushed to live, that's all people care about. That's all people care about. Also, before I finish this off, I wanted to show you guys what Pingu said on stream when he was asked about the current state of Siege. So I'm going to run the clip from his stream and show you guys what he said when that comment popped up.
The game itself isn't good. Like, it's not fun. Cheaters, bugs. And for the new players, they probably don't know how they're getting screwed over. But for the old players, who's been encountering the same bugs for 4 years now, we're fucking bored, dude. Like, we're fucking dying. Like, I miss waking up at, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and grind Siege all fucking day. Not even eat dinner because I was too busy enjoying my life. But now, after 5 years, the game has more bugs than ever, more cheaters than ever, and it's the same bugs we've had for 4 years. And that's really why it sucks. Like, that's the biggest issue. I have no issue with Siege having, an imbalanced operator here and there. I mean, it fucking blows, but I mean, we can ban them in ranked and pro league. But the fact that people don't make sound when they drop a hatch, when they rappel in, like the barricades, the glitches, the inconsistency, that really disheartens the player base.
So after all this, we've touched on professional players' opinions. We've touched on the barricades, what I think, my personal opinions, and the state of the game itself. So for the last rundown, do I think Siege is in a bad place? Yes. I think it's in a terrible spot right now. And I think something needs to be done about it if they want to see the game actually flourish. Like with something like Valorant coming out, which actually looks like, it looks polished. Like, there's issues, of course, but the game is in beta. But for something like that to be coming out and it's another opportunity for people to play a game that it seems like the developers and stuff like that really care about, for lack of a better term. Like, I'm not saying Ubisoft doesn't care about Siege, but the way it's looking right now and how rampant cheaters are running around, it really looks that way. So all I'm saying is we need to do something. And Flink, not even we. The devs need to do something. Ubisoft needs to do something. Pay more attention to how people are cheating. Get something better to detect how they're cheating or what they're using. Whatever needs to be done, man. And Flink, no matter how people are complaining on Twitter or how they say it, It's the fact that it's being said. Y'all ever heard this phrase? No matter how the message got there, they want to know if the message got there. That's basically the same thing here. No matter how people say the state of game, the state of siege is, no matter what they say about it, you may say something that people don't like. You may say something that people agree with. That's fine. We can have the conversation, right? If they say the game is garbage right now, they're voicing their opinion. They say the game is garbage. Let them say the game is garbage. As long as the devs and Ubisoft see it and they know there's a problem, they know there's a problem. That's all I care about. They shouldn't be heard about, well, he said the game is garbage. Woo, woo, woo. That's not an accurate reflection of what's going on. Like I said, the average player in Siege is in the silver rank, so people aren't really like cheating down there. It's like when you get to the higher tiers is when the game becomes unplayable. And you need to worry about not just the average viewer base or the average player base, but you need to worry about the player base as a whole. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think Flanked is right? Do you think I'm right? Where do you think the game is right now in terms of like the state it's in? Or do you think Pingu's right? Just your overall thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. And like and subscribe for more Siege content. I'm DJ Son, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.
Feeling fresh, summer recess. Got shorty wearing a cocktail dress. Yeah, she got style in excess. Ain't nobody match her, she the best. Call her homie, maybe two. I finna link up and gon' get a brew. Cause we ain't got school no more. We ain't got school no more.